7 of my deep dive into the Sound of Freedom movie. Now we're going to get into just the culty connections, the accusations of a lot of people involved with this film and the people involved with Operation Underground Railroad, because there are ties to like actually a lot of different cults here. First, we're going to talk about Selena Gomez and Eduardo Verástegui. So Selena Gomez, allegedly, there have been some blind items recently and suggestions recently that she potentially financed the film as well. She may have just done like the crowdfunding, like a lot of people did. They had like close to $7,000 people give a certain dollar amount or whatever to be listed as producers on the film. I don't know if she did that or invested in the back end or if that's true, but allegedly she did. This is a picture of her and Eduardo Verástegui at a Sound of Freedom screening in LA. Of course, Selena Gomez is connected to Hillsong. It even says in this post that she was involved with an organization called A21 that was closely related to Hillsong. It was started by a woman named Christine Caine, who used to preach at Hillsong. I won't get too deep into the issues with Christine Caine in this video, but I will just mention that Hillsong was started and founded by Frank Houston and Brian Houston, and Frank Houston has been accused of, and I believe proven guilty of, although he's passed away, of literally molesting young boys. And Brian Houston paid people off to cover it up, and Christine Caine defended Brian Houston and basically will not cut ties with him and defended him for a long time and has nothing to say about the fact that that is a thing. Now, Eduardo Verástegui is even worse. He is a Mexican actor and a staunch far-right conservative that allegedly is thinking about running for president of Mexico and maybe putting together this campaign. He claims to be a pretty hardcore Catholic. He claims to be single and he claims to be celibate and says that he will not have sex until he is married. He has served as an advisor to Donald Trump, and he is staunchly like hardcore anti-LGBTQ and anti-abortion. There have been many accusations over the years linking him to same-sex relationships. He allegedly, the tabloid said that he was in a relationship with Ricky Martin, and there was another specific like prominent figure recently that he allegedly was having a relationship with, which is not an issue unless you are hardcore anti-LGBTQ and claim to be celibate. He has also been accused of carrying out a scam with his siblings where they allegedly asked for donations for altruistic reasons or to fund his acting, to promote certain causes and certain issues that he wanted to bring light to. And allegedly, he and his siblings pocketed the money and lived a life of luxury and didn't do anything philanthropic with those donations. And then the two worst things that he's been accused of, I'm going to give another little warning here. I know this is all difficult content, but especially this. He has been accused of bearing witness to sex parties that included underage Catholic boys. And the people who are accusing him of this have alleged that he participated in those acts as well. Paul Hutchinson, who used to be part of Operation Underground Railroad, he is the person that Eduardo Verástegui plays in the Sound of Freedom movie, and Paul also helped fund the Sound of Freedom movie, says that he had a conversation with Eduardo Verástegui about these and he denied the allegations. Eduardo is also really good friends with a man named Tonio Berumen, who allegedly also participated in these sex parties and has actual like criminal allegations against him and is under investigation or has been under investigation. And honestly, this doesn't even cover it for Eduardo. There's a Mexican journalist that's been doing a lot of work on this, and all of her articles obviously are in Spanish and they're not super easy to translate, and I don't speak Spanish. So she has reported on a lot of these different things. I will try to get that name and post it in the comments, or if somebody knows who this is, because someone mentioned it on one of my last videos, please post it in the comments so that we can see. A lot of like the biggest criticism for a lot of people involved with this film, and in Eduardo's case, this is the Catholic Church, but they are involved in these massive religions that have these horrible allegations against them of abusing children in all kinds of ways. And they've covered up these abuses for years and years and years. And if you're so concerned with child exploitation and rescuing children and saving the kids, you might want to start closer to home in these things that you support and you give your money to and you say is like the best thing ever and you claim to be a huge part of.